broadcasting live from Cape View Elementary right here in Cape Canaveral, Florida. One of the most important and historic elementary schools in the entire United States. More students of flown astronauts have attended this school than any other school in the nation. This school has been around since the Apollo era. There is no school closer to rocket launches than any school in America. You can literally cross the street from the back of the school and watch rocket launches from Cape Canaveral Beach. In fact, it has beachfront property specifically for that. Aside from the fact that I live in Cape Canaveral, the reason I am here in front of this school is because my new book, Mike Mongo's Kid Astronaut Training Manual, launches today. The first ever book written for students who want to go to space today as kid astronauts, on bookshelves everywhere, wherever books are sold. What better place to launch my new book than Cape View Elementary, home of the Cape View Rockets? It is literally Rocket Launch Elementary. But here's the thing, as excited and happy I am about this book coming out today, I have some sad news that I think is an injustice. This school, Cape View Elementary, home to Space Shuttle and ISS astronaut Captain Winston Scott's Science and Technology Center, has been designated for closure by vote by the Brevard County School Board. This historic, vital, and famous American elementary school has been voted to be closed by the Brevard County School Board. 4 of 5 of whom are real estate professionals. I did mention how there's actual beachfront property connected to this elementary school, right? 4 of the 5 Brevard County School Board members are real estate professionals. 3 are real estate agents, and 1 is president of the largest developer organization in the entire Space Coast. This elementary school has been earmarked for condos and Airbnbs. In fact, the process that happened that closed down stopped the actual mayor of Cape Canaveral from going in and speaking in its favor. People were not informed of its closure. They had discussions that broke the sunshine laws to close down Cape View Elementary, where you can go across the street and see New Glenn launching live in person, where Cape Canaveral students can go across the street and see tomorrow's Artemis II launch. And the reason why? Because it didn't meet their pro forma. This historic elementary school, with one of the best faculties and student libraries that I know of in the nation, is being closed down because they want to turn it into condos and Airbnbs. That is an American shame. And I get to share this news that somehow or another, real estate agents voted to close down Cape Canaveral's only elementary school. As a grown-up, how can I stand for that? If I, as a grown-up, did not take a stand for Cape View Elementary, then what am I modeling for students today? We as grown-ups get to take a stand for the important stuff in our lives. Did you know that 1/3 of the 300 students that attend Cape View Elementary walk, bike, and scooter to school? Isn't that the kind of school we want for students? But it doesn't match the pro forma that the real estate agents who run the Brevard County School Board put in front of everybody in order to further their agenda to close this school and turn it into real estate. Well, like I said, if I didn't take a stand for Cape View Elementary, what kind of grown-up would I be? This is as historic an elementary school as any elementary school in the country. I wrote this book to give students today permission to imagine the kind of dreams that Cape View fosters in its student body. I wrote this book in order to give students to imagine a world and a future worth having, including themselves as kid astronauts. But if we take away the tools that give them the skills necessary to succeed, then what kind of world are we creating? We can do better than this. I know that Jared Isaacman, the new administrator of NASA, would not want Cape View Elementary, home of the Cape View Rockets, to close. Home to ISS Space Shuttle astronaut Captain Winston Scott's Science and Technology Center, to close. I know that because I know the administrator. I know that because I know my neighbors here in Cape Canaveral. This process was a sham, and it's a shame. My book, Mike Mongo's Kid Astronaut Training Manual, gives students permission to become the kind of students who stand up for the important things that make this nation great. Stand up for what's right, celebrate what's great, and give students permission to imagine a world and a future worth having, with them in it, living, working, and playing in space as kid astronauts. In the words of my people, keep Cape View open and let's go to space. Mike Mongo's Kid Astronaut Training Manual, available everywhere books are sold. Pow, pow, pow. Yeah, keep Cape View open.